Cool.
This is like the greatest walk tea ever.
Get ready, Tammy.
Oh God. Hey, whoa, what's going on? What's everyone making that face for? I haven't been watching the trial and nobody's told me nothing.
Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for the attempted murder of the Orca.
I see. Well, if it's already out.
Oh. Mr. Rhymes, is he really going to admit it?
Fine, I'll tell the truth.
Witness testimony. The truth.
Sasha is lying to protect that orca. At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the orca pool. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the show pool. Orla killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences.
Whoa.
Now we're back to the Orca again?
I did not see that testimony coming.
Now wait just 1 minute. Yesterday, Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning.
I didn't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. But the fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room.
But Dr. Crab and Miss Buckler both said you were at the show stage.
Well, the only thing Mr. Crab knew about was the cleaning, was what I told him. I didn't give him a whole lot of details either. Maybe he misunderstood. And Sasha is lying to protect the orca. She can't tell the truth.
That backstabber.
Sasha put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake bloodstain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the orca.
Mr. Rhymes, how can you lie like that?
It's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the orca did it, you win your case.
What?
Damn it.
This is all very hard to believe. But if Mr. Rhymes' story is true,
Which it is.
Miss Buckler would be innocent and the Orca would be the killer.
Meaning, if we turned our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha?
Having a witness nigh to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right, Tono?
Objection! Yesterday, the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our assertions now.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright? All you gotta do is admit the orca did it, and Sasha goes free. Isn't the lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? Huh?
But that wouldn't be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. And we, of course, believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us.
That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler's and Orla's innocence.
Huh? I just don't understand how you treat a human and an orca equally. Sasha or the orca, you can only save one of them.
I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is disprove your testimony.
Oh, yeah? Then go ahead and try.
I will do just that. I can't tear down his testimony and won't be able to save both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. Yeah, I love Cocky Phoenix. Cross-examination. The truth. Sick. That's awesome. I love him not being a dork for once.
Every now and again, it's like he just straightens his hair a little bit. That's it.
At 3:30 a.m. on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. Hold it! When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool?
It was before the pool was drained for cleaning, so it was full.
You went into the Orca pool room and saw this yourself? Dr. Crab said you were at the show stage.
Objection. But it's possible that Dr. Crab was misinformed or that he misunderstood. The witness has already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless tack? If you want to play games, Taka here would be more than happy to play with you.
We'd better be careful how we press the witness. Taka is watching us like a hawk.
Oh my god.
Witness, continue.
Okay. The incident from the phone. What? This seems wrong. I need more information on this. Hold it!
LA Noir face.
Can an orca even do that? Send a person flying into the air like that?
Yep, of course.
Uh,
I've seen orcas bashing seals 60 feet into the air. So, naturally, Orla could do that to the captain too.
Oh, what a frightening thought. And you mention it so casually, Mr. Rhymes.
Well, what else can I say? It's the truth.
Mr. Rhymes is claiming that the Orla killed the victim by sending him flying into the air. But would something like that even be possible in the Orca pool room? There's something about that statement that bothers me.
And so you witnessed the moment the victim was killed by the orca, is that right?
Exactly.
hey,
Right.
you want to know how full of shit he is?
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
Cause of death, contusion from head trauma, thought to be from a 65-foot fall into a pool.
Yeah.
Ceiling to pool bottom is 100 feet.
Oh god, yeah. Good luck. I was gonna either check autopsy report or... Oh yeah, they consolidated the images into the autopsy report, didn't they? Yeah, these
Yeah,
are the things that I was gonna look at these. And then,
the thing
yeah.
is, yeah, like one.
No, it's fine. I think, yeah, that's...
Yeah,
You're
the thing is, like, if he got like bopped up that high, there'd be a lot of damage, not just from the fall. There'd be more.
Oh, exactly.
Like, imagine being put. How high did he say he got punched up? Like, what,
60.
30 feet?
I can't remember what he said now.
Was it 60
He's
feet?
saying 30
He said
feet.
30
He said
feet
30.
high and make him slam into the water, and then the autopsy report is saying that he fell 60 feet to the
65
pool
feet.
bottom.
Yeah.
Like, if you got like uppercutted, just sure you can by someone 30 feet up high, you're dead when they hit you. I don't care.
And that's
Also,
why...
if the pool is 65 feet deep at least, somehow, then you've only got like 35 feet clearance in that room anyway, and there's loads of shit in the air.
That's true. And that's why I should raise an objection! When lies are piled on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different.
Are you saying there's some kind of inconsistency with my testimony?
25 feet to be exact.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. Well, the autopsy report shows the apparent cause of death to be a 65-foot fall.
What? What?
Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said that at 3:30 on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. With the pool being 65 feet deep, there is only a 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water, as you claimed, it would be impossible for the victim to fall 65 feet, as the autopsy states.
What? Well, yeah,
Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the Orca pool room so he could make these statements, but the truth must be that he was at the show stage just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified.
I believe that brings us back around to the Orca didn't do it.
I didn't believe the witness's testimony from the outset. I'm grateful to you, Right Dono, for shutting the witness up.
Hey.
As I thought, the only person who could have killed the victim is Sasha Buckler. That fact still remains, whether the witness was the one who tried to kill the Orca or not.
Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case. But pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner.
As Prosecutor Blackwell said, suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deepened.
Go! If I don't do something fast, the judge is gonna find Sasha guilty.
But, Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha is innocent.
At a time like this, the thing to do is to turn my thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for someone else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the Orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime.
No need for pity, your boldness. Just finish him off with a swift verdict.
It appears the defense has no objections. Very well. I will give my verdict.
Hold it! Your Honor, please hold on to that verdict.
On two?
But you were so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now?
The defense has a counter-argument.
You do?
Pitiful. Such desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument?
The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. But record, I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. Even though it's probably just a bluff, I'll give it to them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else?
The scene of the crime.
Somewhere else?
What? You're finding fault with the police investigation now?
As I understand it, the prosecution's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and the victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime.
That is correct.
But, if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then someone other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
Are you sure you know where you're going with this?
I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now.
Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance.
Of course not. Ooh, the judge knows me far too well.
And do you have a theory on where the actual scene of the crime was?
Yes, of course. Think, Phoenix, think. Think of a place other than the Orca room where one could fall to one's death.
Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder?
It's the show pool, because we learned earlier,
Exactly
Marlon
as deep
told
as
us
the Orca pool.
it's exactly as deep as the Orca pool, and we know that it can be transferred. We also know that the rock has been transferred due to the different shows, because that rock was featured prominently in the next show that was about to happen. Take that! The show's stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it would be just as possible to fall to one's death there as the Orca pool.
Right, Dono. What you're doing is a disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you're suggesting.
Of course I do. I will, as soon as I think of something.
The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that?
Objection! How about if the victim was killed in the show stage pool? His body was moved to the Orca pool.
How about if? What kind of presentation of your argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved.
There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Was there something at the scene that could have been used to move the body?
It's the hoist,
okay.
The
isn't it?
octopus. The
I was
octopus.
Is this the?
Stretcher.
It's the hoist with the stretcher. Yeah. I don't know what's the correct thing here. I'm gonna go with a hoist because that's the movement of that particular bit.
Yeah.
Take that! The hoist runs between the Orca pool room and the show stage. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla, or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body.
Yes, if the stretcher can move the Orca or the Skull Rock, it seems likely it could also move a dead body as well.
Wow. Somehow that worked. I might just be able to pull this off. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it.
Objection. You desperately spew conjecture, and now you even make up a crime scene.
Ah!
You don't have the soul of a warrior. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrication is half-baked. It's a disgrace!
What do you mean, half-baked?
The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only.
From the right, not left switch? Ah!
And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself.
Ah! Tried to hold on to my headset that time. Did Brant unsheath a sword?
Order! So it goes back to the defendant no matter which pool it was?
Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way. Sasha said she moved Orla. and the Skull Rock. And I believe her. So, could it be possible that she moved the body herself without being aware of it?
Mr. Wright, do you have an objection to Prosecutor Blackwell's claim?
Do I have an objection to claim that the defendant moved the body?
Nah, man, just give it
Oh,
up.
fuck.
I
Oh!
think I have this figured out, actually.
Objection. She moved the rock. Therefore, moving the body. It's the same as not
It's
objecting.
the same thing. Oh.
Ooh, I see. It's a trick question, right?
Yeah.
You can't object and say yes, because that's just going to ruin you.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
She moved it, but
Ex-
she didn't realize she was moving it. So the intent
Yeah.
wasn't real.
Yeah, there was no intent because she didn't know about it because she'd not done it. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
because-
god, that. Oh wow, yeah.
Because, like, that rock was just probably on the walk.
safety safe.
Safety save!
Good shout.
Safe's coming?
Whoa, 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 whoa. I prefer the term save safe.
I
Safety.
prefer the term, they gave me the option.
They gave me this rock.
I
What do
like
you mean
that
I'm
option.
not going to throw it?
My option is I have no objection.
Okay.
Someone fat fingered?
Well, Tom, come on. No, no, no.
We'll use
No,
that
no.
safety
No.
You see that one through. You see that one through before loading.
Goddamn moron.
Not my streamer!
Tom, if you want to just see what's down that path, then go ahead. But don't bitch out.
I'm
Come on.
playing.
Pick it again. Live with the consequences of your actions.
Fine. But time.
As you see, court judge, that
The
lawyer
defense
is trying
has
to
a
prove-
finger slip objection.
All right, fine. Let's hear this objection then.
Something fell in my room. Well, my objection is. I can't admit I haven't thought of one.
Mr. Wright, you just felt like saying you had an objection, didn't you?
Yes, Your
I just feel like giving you a penalty.
The hoist could only have been operated from the Orca pool room. Furthermore, the defendant is the only one who entered the Orca pool room. Therefore, the defendant is the only one who could have moved the body.
There are no inconsistencies in Prosecutor Blackwell's claim itself. But the only things Sasha moved are Orla and the Skull Rock. So that must mean Sasha moved the body without realizing it. I admit, my finger slipped, and I actually don't see any problems with Prosecutor Blackwell's claim, per se. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body.
What?
Mr. Wright, are you admitting the defendant committed the murder?
No, I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Miss Buckler was not aware of what she was doing. The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her.
The defendant moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body? How could that be possible?
The body was found in the Orca pool. It must have been moved there somehow. I might find some kind of hint in the things she moved with the stretcher. The culprit made Miss Buckler move the body along with this piece of evidence.
Fish.
Take that!
Yeah, the pill, dude.
The skull rock?
Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the Skull Rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the Orca pool were Orla and the Skull Rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the Skull Rock.
What?
Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Orca pool with the hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the Skull Rock with the body inside, and then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated the hoist from the Orca pool room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was actually inside.
Do you really think there's enough space inside the Skull Rock to place a body?
The swashbuckler fire indicates it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left.
Oh, it says, who will obtain the gold coins hidden within the Skull Rock? In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow.
What's more, if the body was inside Skull Rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions.
Such as?
Please, take a look at the security footage at the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall, what was Orla doing to the Skull Rock at this time? She was headbutting it.
Oh,
That's right. Orla's ramming released the body from Skull Rock. The body had been placed inside Skull Rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was the show stage pool.
Silence! Silence! Ugh. What rubbish is this now? You don't have a single scrap of evidence.
Objection! It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside Skull Rock yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair.
Ah! Right to know.
Ooh, that felt good.
Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turned things completely around. And to think, it all started with that half-baked bluff, too.
Whew, that was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit?
if the murder took place at the show stage, then who is the perpetrator?
It is naturally the person who was at the show stage. Mr. Rhymes? Weren't you the one who loaded the Skull Rock onto the stretcher at the show stage?
Wow, Mr. Wright. That was some pretty smart brain work you did there. To be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. I tried to protect myself, but I guess it came back to bite me.
Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That's perjury!
Yeah, what Mr. Wright says is true. The body was inside the Skull Rock. And it's true the captain was killed in the show pool too.
What? He's admitting it that easily?
This time, I'm going to tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. I'm going to take from the top.
Witness testimony. The whole truth.
In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up in the air. And then the captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the spectators' screams clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked.
So now we're back to the orca again, I see.
It was the orca,
If
Nathan.
you were going to give a testimony like that, then why did I bother putting you on the stand?
All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day, Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hide the body in the Skull Rock and move it to the orca pool. I was going to figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me. It wasn't Sasha.
So it was Mr. Rhymes' idea to hide the body in the Skull Rock. But if Mr. Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion. So why?
Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me?
Athena, do you mean you heard something?
Yep, noise, discord, and Mr. Rhymes' heart.
So that means somewhere in his testimony, there's an inconsistency in his emotions. Alright, Athena, give him a good counseling session.
You got it, boss.
Okay, I was waiting for this. Nope.
Huh? What's this?
What are you getting, Athena?
This testimony is pretty complex. Feelings of deep sadness and intense anger are being called up. Those two emotions appear to be running out of control.
Out of control emotions. Is that going to be a problem?
We'll have to probe their cause if we want to get his true emotions in his testimony. There might even be odd or unnatural spots in this testimony he isn't aware of.
Alright, let's probe for the cause of this out of control emotions then.
I'll explain how to probe. Let's find the root cause together. When you see something off in a statement, press probe L. Next, point to what's causing Mr. Rhymes' out of control emotions. Finally, press probe X to complete the process. When emotions are out of control, memories can be recalled incorrectly. If you still haven't found anything after all the statements and images, I'll help.
Great. Alright. I'll get started comparing the statements with the images. Probe.
I did not consent
what
to
the
being
hell
probed.
is this? Music?
Want me to read this out again, or?
No, we can go through this because it's the same one. And the captain slowed down into the water. I can still remember the spectator screams. All Sasha did was move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freed.
Alright, so
Yeah?
the first thing... Why the fuck would there be an audience at, like, midnight to 3 in the morning?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what the
People are
heck?
awake at that time.
I think the idea is it happened at a show during the day, and
Yeah.
they only like they hid the body in the rock, and then that night.
I'm not
They-
gonna say why, but I don't think that's the case.
Oh, I don't think either. I think nobody saw this. I think this was a private affair.
Ah,
But
This
that
is
is
the
like
first time that spectators are being brought
yeah,
up.
that's
Yeah.
true.
I have a very distinctive theory that I will bring up later on.
I'm gonna probe this because this is the interesting bit here.
yeah.
What is causing the anger and sadness? Oh, whoa, okay. What is causing the
Yeah.
anger and sadness? Spectators.
Go to spectators. They're there.
Got
You
it!
might as well.
I doubt there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away.
What? Oh, no, right. Yeah, of course. I just made a mistake.
Wow. Big mistake.
Okay, that made the sadness subside. So maybe the spectator's part was what was making him sad.
I wonder why he would make that mistake, saying spectators were there. How strange.
The only thing I can think of is that he was mixing up one memory with another. Like he was in a similar situation before, and it was deeply imprinted on his heart.
I wonder if anyone else is picking up what I was putting down.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
A situation where Orca killed somebody and there were spectators there. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up those memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixed up his memories is...
Fish, 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 fish.
Hey, don't ask me anything. I'm new.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you got into like immediate cut to a cutscene there. for a
Cutscene
second.
jump scare.
That actually would have been sick. It just immediately goes into a cutscene. That never happens.
Don't ask me about anything. I'm new here.
w-
Yeah.
Oh, was he in the crowd the year before?
Maybe.
Oh!
Or was he lying from the beginning?
Well, Athena said he might be mixing memories with each other.
So
The
he was
reason why
there.
I mixed up his memories
you can check the
is-
details.
How do we...
No.
If there are details to check.
There is.
So. Wait. Open that up again.
Like the pendant, maybe?
Yeah, on the right
That's what
arm,
I'm
like-
thinking, yeah.
Was he the boyfriend?
Potentially.
Was
I
'cause-
thought so. I thought
if
that
you-
earlier in the case.
because like but that means he would have been there. Would have he been there like to see the accident the year before?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. That's why I looked at the book.
That's like a Phoenix Wright kind of pull out of his arse though, and he has the magical ability to always be correct when he does that.
So I guess they better take that! Mr. Rhymes, I think I know what happened. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of the spectators.
What? How did you? You're right. I did see the orca kill someone a year ago. But what about it? I was just one of the spectators.
Really? Just another spectator? There must be a reason why you feel great sadness about the incident last year.
Silence! Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point.
Hey, but boss, do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here?
There is one piece of evidence that comes to mind that might explain his sadness.
Well, I'm waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness.
Fish, of course.
Is it the whistle because she was a trainer?
Check again.
Or was
Or
it the
probably something else.
walkie-talkie?
I
Both
think it's
possibly.
something else.
It's the
No, no, no.
walkie-talkie. No?
No.
Oh, fuck. Yeah? The
There's
charm.
two of them. Somebody else is holding on to the other one.
Take that! Azura Summers died in an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm.
Hey, whoa, wait. What are you doing with that charm, man?
It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him just a little harder to make him admit it.
When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We better examine this charm a little more.
Good idea. Let's look inside it. I did wonder why we didn't do that. Huh. What's this? A photograph!
Is
Yeah?
it one that's gonna make me laugh?
Make me laugh.
No.
Okay, come on. Why didn't you open that before then?
Oh. Hey. Hey, this is... Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes!
With the whale.
Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you?
So what if we were a couple? It doesn't have anything to do with the captain's case.
You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence. Silence. The only thing you revealed was the witness's connection to the victim of last year's incident. What does the witness's past have to do with the case at hand?
I don't know. Yet.
But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now, let's delve into Mr. Rhymes is angry at all. It's angry at.
Character came down and slid into the water. Info update. I still remember the captain's dead body clearly.
What is he? Wait a minute.
He's pissed about...
Can I just make a random guess here?
Oh, is it they tried to
Sure
cover it? Did they try to cover it up? And that's why he's pissed?
You say with the cover up, it's pretty much all pointed at her, so why'd he be pissed off about that? Or maybe
Well, I
it
think
would be,
like he was pissed off because she kept wanting to save the orca, and he's like, "Fuck the orca." He killed my
To
bitch.
me,
all that. Yeah.
I'm gonna levy some extra theory out. There is one consistent thread in every single part of these images. There's one consistent trait in every single image.
Dead body.
Him.
Him.
The captain. Because he's in every single shot, right?
Yeah, because
Oh,
if
he
you
hated the
think about it,
captain.
Why would he be
after-
so furious about anything of this other than something that's everywhere?
Wait, you said he freaked. He's not
Got
surprised.
it!
Yeah, you like I watched you go to the statements and then not go to the last one. I was like, God damn it, he didn't go to it.
When Mr. Plume witnessed the orca finding the body, you freaked. Really?
What are you getting at?
With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't it work exactly as you'd hoped? In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. Whoa.
That's
Jesus.
some JoJo villain.
Oh my God.
Motherfucker's got a
Many-
chin.
Star Wars poster ass.
Uragan fucking up.
Big chin.
Okay, now we're done.
Bye bye.
So, you figured it all out, did you?
Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it?
I didn't really have to fight anyone but the orca. But you left me no choice.
Oh, character change.
So
Here
tasty.
it comes.
Fuck.
Bro's gonna
Get
pop
ready,
eye.
Tammy.
Oh!
Ah!
Oh!
TJ?
Now it's
Whoa.
time to get serious.
He's got the fucking Fist of the North Star bumps.
What the?
Ahoy, wait, what? Yo, yo, ho! Ahoy, me brothers represent. Avasti grass eaters, stay free. Take me words and pop 'em in your mouth. Lovely grass, yo, 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 ho! Bro, I'm ready for the showdown.
Oh my god, this character. What the F?
Yeah.
What is going on? Where did this pirate fellow come from?
Yeah, the rapping is faster this time now, Tommy. Sorry.
It looks
Nobody
Look.
warned me.
like a
I
completely
forgot.
different person.
Hey, what fish is that?
Swordfish.
No,
It's his
Order.
name.
it's
If we
a
don't-
marlin.
If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us.
Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at a loss for words.
So, I plan to have that wrench be a witness. You caught me out. It be true, I taught the Orcus borders that ways should be found out. That why I be schemed to have the plum see the body.
Fuck. So you admit it. You deliberately framed Orla.
It be true. But what skin be that off of anybody's nose? That orca be a murdering scurvy dog. I may have a grudge against that orca, but I always feel grateful towards the captain. That orca murdered Azura and the captain. Of course, she should walk the plank.
Ugh. I don't really have any response to that.
I agree. It wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, on the other hand, comes through loud and clear.
Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would make it sense? Who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong. Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a new fact.
Well.
Oh, and what is that?
Now that we know about Rhymes' intense hatred of Orla, it turns the premise we've been arguing under on its ear. I will now reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. Take that! Take that! That's not right, is it?
Wait.
This is the one the witness meant to kill from the start.
But really, but why?
Well, because I'm stupid, and only one can wonder.
Mr. Wright, how dare you roll a dice when you accuse someone of intent to murder?
I apologize, Your Honor. I'll do better at pressing buttons next time.
So the flip half of my theory, but I do know who it was, I think.
Who did Mr. Rhynes have a bear grudge against? There's only one answer. Is there?
Well, he doesn't like the orca, does he? Because
Take
she
a
killed his
wild
girlfriend.
fucking
Is it
guess,
just?
dude.
Is it
Who
just,
does he hate so much?
Who did he
Oh, is
hate,
it just? Oh, I
Tom?
thought it meant person. Objection!
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 The individual,
Objection!
not the person.
Overruled.
Silence!
I thought we already established he wanted to kill the take. Oh, for fucking Joy-Cons! I swear to God, take that!
Maybe Griffin.
Who wants to kill?
What? So the witness's intent was to kill the orca?
Exactly. The witness's intended victim was not Jack Shipley, not anyone else, but the animal from the start. It was all a scheme
was
to
Fulbright.
kill Orla.
The orca was his true target. But Jack Shipley is the one who died. The orca is alive and quite well.
He's right. He wanted to kill the orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes was wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death?
At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado of a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words without any basis in fact.
Objection! They aren't reckless words. The basis for my claim is the real murder scene, the show pool.
What are you talking about?
It is my contention that 2 incidents happened at the show pool. The attempted murder of the orca, and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhymes removed something from the scene, and by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death.
You did what now? Mr. Wright, what did Mr. Rhymes remove in an attempt to kill Orla?
The
Three,
water.
The water.
1. Fish.
Each?
Fish?
He removed the fish.
The fish is gone.
Also, while we're in a moment of downtime, hey, he's a vegan, right? And he chugged something to get really buff, meaning that was protein. I can infer from that scene alone that what he did was down a barrel of beans.
I
was
thought
gonna
you were
say
gonna
He
say
was lying
spinach.
from the
Yeah,
start.
like
Popeye.
Popeye.
Well, that's the thing. So spinach is supposed to be iron that it helps with, and there's not very much of that at all.
Yes, but
Mind if
Popeye.
I be
Yeah,
on
but
evil quick?
beans
Sorry.
are protein. How else would he bulk up so quickly?
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Um,
Yarra in the 80s.
No, gyro controls would be fun, but you would use it as a hold button prompt. But the issue with it is it likes to disconnect a lot.
Anyway, yeah, orcas drown in piss or whatever, right?
Take that!
Don't tell me you're trying to claim he killed the orca by draining the pool water.
That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla, with the plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Ooh. That's an R. And
Arr. I tried to kill the orca, you see. Can you even prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That day, I was simply looking after the orca. I would have the monstrous thought of killing it.
Objection! You claim you were looking after Orla in the early mornings of July the 20th, but I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time.
Do you know such a thing?
I know because of Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. This system continuously records data on the subjects it monitors. From Orla's record, we can clearly we can tell exactly what she ate or didn't eat.
Sink me. Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption.
Only a few of the shipshape aquarium staff know about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in the early hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence. You're wasting your time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry.
Ugh, he's right. I don't have any proof.
If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did her fish go?
Her fish. Good question.
Fish.
Where did it disappear to?
Fish?
Fish? What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case?
Fish?
Cease this stalling with inconsequential questions. Stop delving into the depths of Orca's stomach and delve into the case instead.
Objection! But wait, it might seem like a small inconsistency, but it's an issue of great importance. I think.
What are you driving at, Mr. Wright?
How could the fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must be a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice.
Visitor. Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? If you utter more of your careless remarks, Taka won't look favorably upon it.
I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to this case or not, I don't yet know. Athena? You're gonna what? You're gonna do what, Athena?
Is Athena gone now?
Don't worry, boss. If Taka comes this way, I'll let him off. Send him off.
I thought that's what you said.
But do try to keep your remarks careful.
Somehow, Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? This was the visitor to the show stage. It's Rifle.
Yeah.
I believe Rifle the Penguin visited the show stage.
Rifle. First an orca, now a penguin.
Who would he be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early morning hours. Do you have any proof Rifle visited the show stage? If you be a lawyer of any sort, show me your evidence.
The bottom of Rifle's feet were pink for some reason.
Oh.
And you know why? Because it's the fucking sign.
Yeah,
So
I
I
know.
figured that out
Straight
ages
away.
ago. Yeah.
That's why
I
the
didn't even
stars
think
looked
about
like
it,
they were
honestly.
fucked up.
Good job.
Wow, some
Yeah.
of these look like leaves or
Their
footprints.
footprints.
Mhm.
See?
Because it was trying overnight, yeah.
It was like, wow, those look like bird footprints. I wonder what.
Fact is a clue. The fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. Now, to prove I'm a lawyer worth my salt, this is the proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Take that!
Oh my, what a cute little sign. Look at all those adorable stars.
These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign. Miss Buckler, I'll give another shot, Your Honor. Mr. Rhymes kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying.
Aye, that be true. Be your point.
On the sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage.
Proof of the penguin's visit? I'm afraid I don't see it. Where is the
Go,
proof
right?
that the penguin points at it, please?
There it
Cool,
is!
dude.
Take that! A couple of pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others.
Ah, you're right. They look almost like leaves.
Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on this sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry.
Oh, what cute little pink penguin prints.
So there are footprints. What of them?
Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage while the paint dried, and during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning on the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate the fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish. Even a penguin could have eaten it all.
Begad, Rifle ate all his fish. Who be ye to say Rifle ate all his fish? She could have picked up food anywhere. But that doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage, aye? After all, I had to help move the Skull Rock. It couldn't have been moved without me.
The witness claimed he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction?
Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So, where could Mr. Rhymes have been at this time?
Right, Dono. If you simply aren't up to the task, I could disprove this witness's testimony for you.
If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning.
Mr. Wright, let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage.
Mr. Rhymes was at the show stage keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And we know it must be true. Oh, sorry.
And we know it must be true because he helped move the Skull Rock.
And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign.
But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was out right there?
Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area where Rifle couldn't have been seen? Where could Rifle not have been seen?
If he was down the ladder.
From where?
Or either in the water or on the ship.
On the ship?
That's not on like.
Ah.
If I'm just looking at this from like just pure 2D, like drawing lines, like
Yeah, this is a
if,
weird
it was
one.
if he was on the ship, the height, because the penguin is small, you'd have to be at the right edge of the ship to see it. And
Yeah.
if you're in the water, you can't. If the penguin is like, the sign was away from the edge, so the penguin wouldn't be like up by the edge to be seen over the corner of the
Yeah,
edge.
I get that.
Follow me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm gonna go with that theory. I'm gonna go with Tammy's theory.
Or it could also be spectator, because it was night, kind of dark. You might not see a black part of a penguin.
I'm gonna go with your first one. Take that! Take that! Ah.
Do you really think he was there? That doesn't seem right to me somehow.
Now that you mention it, maybe you're right.
Come on, Mr. Wright. We're all counting on you here.
Oh, Mr. Rhymes threw us this curveball.
Try to imagine yourself as a high-powered attorney.
Okay, I'll do my best. What's with the imagine part? Okay, let me try and figure out where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Where could Rifle not be seen? What?
If there's any level of chance he could swivel and just see them, it would be in the stands, if there's lighting, in the ship, if it's up all the way up there. You can look in any direction you want, and you would not be able to see up over the lip of the pool if you're down inside it.
Like
Yeah,
that?
plus we have the fingerprint on the ladder of the pool, remember? So
Yeah.
thinking ahead a little bit, he's probably been on that ladder of the pool, so he must have been in the pool maybe, or on the ladder.
Also,
I
kind
did
of
think
cheating.
that.
Ladder is the only thing that kind of stands out in that's not an animal.
True.
So it needs to be
Could
like
I make-
round. Go on.
I was just gonna say, can I make a point of information you've heard before?
No. But go on anyways.
I mean, Tom has to answer that question.
True.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not in the text. It's remember when we were thinking about where the murder happened, what is the state of the show pool?
Yeah, it's gone. I was thinking that earlier.
The argument is
there's
that
no
the pool
water.
had been drained.
Drain.
So the water is not there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that! Yeah. Oh, fuck. I thought about it as well for like a split second. I was like, oh, well, it's showing the water. Dumbass.
Where did they get the shitty picture? There's a penguin
Yeah,
and all.
they're trying to throw you off by putting the water in there.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If he was inside the pool, he wouldn't have noticed Rifle. So are you saying that Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time Rifle was eating?
No, not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now, I'm finally starting to get the whole picture.
Just like yesterday. Must you two always be whispering to each other? Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection! Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice Rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do.
The penguin is a key point.
The show stage pool is pretty deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would have never noticed Rifle. Orcas can be out of the water for a short time without sustaining damage. But if they're out of the water for a long time, they'll weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. Mr. Rhymes probably wondered what to do, and he continued with his plan to kill Orla. How would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So, he devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone.
But how?
Mr. Rhymes Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and body together.
Silence. And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion.
That's right. Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So, Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide a prop for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orla, using her singing and lifesaver tricks. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. Plume would be a standing witness. He straddled Orla with the false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down.
Straddled?
What?
Whoa.
So the fact the witness didn't see the penguin.
Tom said straddled.
Yeah. Shows that
Ayo.
Rifle visited the show stage. Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is.
Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness's actions?
It's working. Just a little further now, and Sasha will be proven not guilty.
If you think you've won this battle, you are sorely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could manipulate the orca. Witness, can you control the orca's actions?
Of course not. What kind of build be that? I be but a simple animal keeper.
If my memory serves, wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could issue commands to the orca?
Ugh. Ugh.
The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you'll need a honed blade. Where is your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the orca?
Ah! My
He's gonna
heart.
go bald after this case, Jesus.
Rhymes had to manipulate Orla in order for his plan to work. But how can I prove it?
Well, it appears his line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Ooh.
Well, it appears that I was mistaken.
Go ahead, Athena.
Objection!
Athena?
I've analyzed the hearts of all kinds of people. I have enough experience to see when I look into the heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart.
She's right. Why would I become a lawyer again only to give up? I have to keep fighting. Athena, thank you. With your help, I've remembered the old right way.
The right way?
Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument.
Do you have anything else to ask this witness?
You've cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence.
Objection! All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, the central figure in both cases.
The central figure.
The one? Oh, I shit myself. The one involved in not only a case a year ago, but this current case too. I've never called her as a witness, but it's time to do so now.
Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is the central figure in both cases?
Well,
I mean,
there's only one relevant.
Fig?
There's only one
It
relevant.
might have been something we tried to do
Oh,
before.
Not exactly person, but identity.
The judge
The
wanted
same
it
figure.
earlier, even though he said no to it.
Not Orla. Yeah, in both cases.
Let's
Yes.
refresh some disappointment, shall we?
Gotta hit the safety save. Yeah, there it is.
Utter
Yes.
cowardice.
Quiet,
Do it.
prosecution. Take this! Take that! The defense calls the central figure in both cases. Orla, the Orca!
You intend to cross-examine on Orca?
Cross-examine an orca? You must be adult. It be impossible, says I.
Silence. Silence! This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question an orca, a creature incapable of speech?
Objection! Orla is indicatively involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examine her will be invaluable.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Very well. Do what you will then. But if you fail to garner anything from this little exercise with the orca, I hope you realize the reward for your efforts will be the defendant's guilty verdict.
I'm ready. And confident.
So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now, all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla.
That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha.
An Orca defended yesterday, an Orca witnessed today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I'm prepared to allow it.
It's so silly.
Bailiff, ready the witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while the telecast is being set up.
Okay. Holy shit.
To be continued.